So this guy was caught up with the crowded cage of the Boston Bruins in the late 1980s and eventually graduated to be a top player at the WHA after only playing one game with the Bruins. So he turned from a one-game wonder in the NHL, where he only played 8 minutes, to the number one goalie for the New York Golden Blades and the Jersey Knights in their first and only season in '74. So we have to be talking about the great and talented Joe Junkin. Now, Joe Junkin, born in Lindsay, Ontario, 5'11", 180, first came to major prominence with the Belleville Mohawks of the OHA Senior League when he played 24 games in '68. '69, he found himself with the Boston Bruins program. He played with Oklahoma City Blazers of the CHL for 27 games that year with a 3.3 average. Was eventually called up to Boston as a replacement, played 8 minutes in one game. 1970, he found himself with the Hershey Bears, playing 17 games, and also Oklahoma City, where he played 9 contests for 26 games that year. '73, split time with the Long Island Ducks out of Syracuse Blazers of the EHL, 36 games, and finally got the chance with the Blades in the Jersey Knights as the number one goalie ahead of Gary Kirk, 21, 25, and 4 that year with a respectable 3.79 average with one shutout. '75, back to Syracuse Blazers for 20 games, but he played 15 with the Mariners of San Diego, 6-7 record. '76, he's finally made a minor pro career, 36 games with the Tidewater Sharks and Roanoke Valley Rebels of the SHL. 13 wins that year, 18 losses, 4 ties, with about a 4.1 goals against average. Now, Roanoke was a very popular team at the time, and unfortunately never played in the playoffs. Despite his talent, he only played 17 minor pro playoff games. He's last with Syracuse in '75, and he also played 7 games with them in '73. So a long-time player in the Blazers program, 4 different seasons, and there's various reports in Boston media and Canadian media about one-game wonders like him. Calling him a one-game wonder is a misnomer, because some players would play one game in the NHL and have a good career in minor pro or the WHA later, especially at the late 1960s era where there was a lot of talent out there. Now, unfortunately, a very, very sad end to his career. He died of cancer on January 11th, 2014 in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, at a young age of 67. Now, he's on like that very unique list of players who have only played one game in the NHL. Now, there's various Wikipedia references in there, and if I'm not mistaken, ladies and gentlemen, he is only one of, I think, 75 or 80 goalies that have only played one game in the NHL. Now, for the Bruins, besides him, you have George Abbott, Dick Bittner, Les Colvin, Nick Damore, who won that game actually, and Don Keenan in 1959, of course Junkin in '69, and some very talented players. Of course, Bob Ring in 1966, who had a no decision that year, and Jordan Singlatt in 2006. So some interesting history for the Boston Bruins fans. But Junkin's legacy hasn't just been taught, but of the players that have only played one game in the NHL, his 8 minutes is very prominent. I think less than 20 skaters have attended goal with less than 10 minutes played, and he's one of them. So anyway, very interesting career. If you're a fan of the Golden Knights, the Blades, and the New York Raiders, please listen in. We're going to have some more podcasts as we go along. Thanks for listening. Bye.